In this video, we are going to talk about why Raghuram Rajan's 10,000 rupees note idea was a unique solution to the cash crisis in India. Raghuram Rajan was the former governor of the Reserve Bank of India, RBI, the central bank of the country. He is widely regarded as one of the most influential economists and thinkers of our time. One of his most controversial ideas was to introduce 5,000 rupees and 10,000 rupees notes in India. This idea was suggested by him in October 2014, when he was still the RBI governor. The reason behind this idea was that the value of the 1,000 rupees note was being eroded by inflation. Inflation is the general increase in the prices of goods and services over time. It reduces the purchasing power of money, meaning that you can buy less with the same amount of money. Rajan argued that introducing higher denomination notes would make it easier for people to carry and transact with cash. He also said that it would reduce the cost of printing and distributing currency notes. He pointed out that many other countries had higher value notes than India, such as Singapore, Switzerland, and the European Union. However, his idea was rejected by the Modi government, which was in power at that time. The government did not agree with Rajan's proposal because it had some concerns about it. One of the main concerns was that higher value notes would facilitate black money and corruption. Black money is the money that is earned illegally or not declared for tax purposes. Corruption is the abuse of power for personal gain. The government feared that higher value notes would make it easier for people to hoard and hide their illicit wealth. Another concern was that higher value notes would increase the risk of counterfeiting and forgery. Counterfeiting is the act of making fake copies of currency notes or coins. Forgery is the act of altering or tampering with currency notes or coins. The government worried that higher value notes would attract more counterfeiters and forgers, especially from neighboring countries that are hostile to India. Rajan himself acknowledged these concerns later in September 2015, after his idea was rejected by the government. He said that it was difficult to have currency notes of bigger denominations due to fear of forgery. He also said that there were arguments that people had to carry very thick wallets because they needed many notes to make ordinary payments. The government's decision to reject Rajan's idea proved to be ironic later in November 2016, when it announced demonetization. Demonetization is the act of withdrawing or cancelling the legal tender status of certain currency notes or coins. The government declared that 500 rupees and 1,000 rupees notes were no longer valid and had to be exchanged for new 500 rupees and 2,000 rupees notes. The government claimed that this move was aimed at curbing black money, corruption, terrorism and fake currency. However, demonetization caused a lot of chaos and hardship for millions of people across India. People had to stand in long queues outside banks and ATMs to get their old notes exchanged or withdraw new notes. Many people faced cash shortages and difficulties in paying for their daily needs. The economy also suffered a slowdown due to reduced consumer spending and business activity. Many experts criticized demonetization as a poorly planned and executed policy that did more harm than good. Some even questioned the logic behind introducing 2,000 rupees notes after rejecting 5,000 rupees and 10,000 rupees notes earlier. They argued that 2,000 rupees notes were also prone to the same problems of black money, corruption and counterfeiting as higher value notes. Rajan himself expressed his reservations about demonetization in his book I Do What I Do. He said that he was not in favor of demonetization and that he had warned the government about its potential costs and benefits. He also said that he had suggested other alternatives to deal with the problem of black money and corruption. In May 2023, the RBI announced that it had stopped printing 2,000 rupees notes and that they were being gradually phased out from circulation. The RBI said that this decision was taken to reduce high-value notes in circulation and increase lower denomination notes. The RBI also said that 2,000 rupees notes were intended to replenish the currency in circulation quickly after demonetization and not as a permanent feature. This decision sparked a debate among people about whether 2,000 rupees notes should be scrapped or not. Some people supported the decision as they felt that 2000 rupees notes were inconvenient and unnecessary. They also hoped that this would curb black money and corruption further. Others opposed the decision as they felt that 2000 rupees notes were useful and convenient. They also feared that this would create another cash crunch and inconvenience for people. So, this was the story behind Raghuram Rajan's 10,000 rupees note idea and why it did not take off. It shows how different views and perspectives can shape economic policies and decisions in a country like India. It also shows how economic policies can have unintended consequences and impacts on people's lives. What do you think about Rajan's idea? Do you think it was a good or a bad idea? Do you think 2000 rupees notes should be scrapped or not? Let us know your thoughts in the comments section below.